We try to do our research by, reading up on manuscripts and things like that, but we also you can't help but just learn from the people that have done it before. Kuya Bon,
of Barangay Dance Company.
We have a lot of support from Hias and the Ka. We went and did a lot of work with them in terms of assisting with their show, and we were just exposed to the level of
the caliber of performance and art. Mm-hmm. Very fortunate to meet through Cool Arts some actual Ifugao people, Ifugao artists, performing artists actually, and meet with them a little bit and learn a little bit about kind of direct from the source, learn their style of how they execute their dances that may or may not be theatric, but it's very particular to the individual.
Opening the Barrio Fiesta Suite is Panagos sa Ilaw and Wasiwas.
From Mindoro, dancers gracefully balance 3 tinghoy, oil lamps, as they dance, simulating fireflies at dusk in the Pandango sa Ilaw. They then swing them in circles as an homage to fishermen, signaling their companions on the coast in Wasiwas. Pandango sa Ilaw is a classic Philippine folk dance that is widely recognized and celebrated. So you have to honor that for the audience. You have to honor the fact that acknowledge that they know and recognize what it is and deliver what they're looking for. Also, it's very characteristic of a dance from this suite that it shows a level of skill for the dancer, and they have to also maintain their grace while they perform this skill. And Pandango sa Ilaw in particular, they're balancing the oil lamps on their hands and on their head and executing a stunt as well. The most challenging part really is, in most of these dances in this suite, is again maintaining that level of sophistication and grace while executing a stunt, which is not easy, especially in many cases where the stunt goes awry and the dancer has to still maintain character basically and still be graceful at it.
The next dance in the suite is Pasikat na Baso. Pasikat na Baso is another Barrio Fiesta dance where kids at play show off their skills balancing glasses filled with wine as they dance on top of a bench. The coolest thing, which is also the most challenging thing about the dance, is that the dancers have to balance these glasses filled with usually wine or water as they dance on top of the bench, but their movements are isolated. Their hands are doing one thing, their feet are going in another direction, and the trick is to not spill anything while they're doing these dances. It can get very messy. There can be water on you, there can be water on the people holding the bench, and there can be water all over the floor, either in front of you, to the side of you, or behind you even.
Now we have Tinalabong. Tinalabong is a mimic dance from the barrios in Capiz, depicting a bird called tulabong, a species of a heron. It's very light and flighty, like we're mimicking birds, so it's kind of all just fun. Like, it really doesn't have much content, but it's just fun to do. The birds are on a carabao, so how much fun could that be? Birds dancing on a big beast.
And now a fun dance, Pandango sa Bulig.
Pandango sa Bulig is an occupational dance from Bocaue, Bulacan, that depicts mudfish fishermen catching fish on the river with fish traps. Dancers in Pandango sa Bulig use the tools that they use in their occupation in catching fish. So they carry an oar, and the oar is used to stir up the water and kind of maneuver their way through the water in the river as they try to locate these little mudfish, these flat-ish fish. And what they do with these traps is they're called salikab, and the traps have a hole on both ends, just a large hole at the bottom and a narrow hole at the top. So what they do is they hold it by the top and they trap the fish in the cage, and then they reach in through the top hole and pull the fish out, and they put it in a little net or bag on their waist. This is a really good depiction of the Philippine love of their occupation, what they do, and their connection to their way of life.
Closing out our suite is Tinikling.
Tinikling is probably one of the more well-known dances from the Philippines. It's a dance from the Kasayahan Islands that mimics the movements of the tickling bird as it runs between grass stems and tree branches.
What makes our tinikling different from others is the first section of the tinikling is pretty much from manuscript, which is what we basically it's what researchers have put down on paper to pass on to generations to come. But we took that and we added on some different stunts to kind of make it Kawayan's version. The most challenging thing about tinikling is managing the grace and performing the stunts. You tend to want to focus on getting the stunts right, and you lose the sense that tinikling is still a dance, so you want to make sure that people still maintain their form while you're jumping in and out.
It hurts when your ankles or your feet get clipped by the poles, by the bamboo poles, but you're just dancing and you don't actually notice it too much. The thing about tinikling is that everybody has to be working on the same level. The clappers have to be closing the sticks at the right time so that when the dancers put their feet in between them, that they don't get caught and they don't get hurt.